Hey guys, this is Pastor Nick with Grace Baptist Church. Yesterday we stopped with chapter 11 where Zophar, Z, was showing that he was a hothead. So chapters 12, 13, and 14 are kind of what we're going to look at today. That is Job's response to Z, and a few things happen for the first time. Job actually kind of gives it to his friends for the first time, which, in my opinion, that's a good thing because his friends were being, what's the PC version of this? Inconsiderate. I had to think about that. So, Job gives it to him a little, and then he reiterates what he's been saying all along, that he's a righteous man, that he didn't do anything to deserve this in the eyes of God or the eyes of man. And he's right, he didn't. Even God himself, when talking to Satan, said, "Have you seen my servant Job? He is righteous. His integrity is intact." So Job goes on, and he ends up really venting a lot, even though they don't want to hear it. But he gets to a point where Job is just done. He just wants to be done. Obviously, we know he wants to die and ease his trouble. He wants God to hide him in the depths of Sheol, and which is paradise, the place they go after death, before Jesus died on the cross and opened up the new way. But I encourage you to go back and read these 3 chapters. At one point, Job is angry. He's angry with God. And this happens more toward the 14th chapter. And he wants to essentially ask God and demand, why am I being punished? Why is this happening to me? And some of us are like, how can he be angry with God and be a righteous man? That just don't jive. Actually, it does. In the Bible, in the New Testament, it says, "Be angry and sin not." And that's a quote from Jesus. So it's not a sin to be angry. We're allowed to be angry within the terms of the Bible. But sometimes anger leads to sin. That's why God said, "Be angry and sin not." Job is a good example of this. He was angry and yet did not sin. He wanted to ask God, why are you doing this to me? And that's okay. We can ask God those things. Now, that doesn't mean God will answer. If God wants us to know, He will tell us. But you have to remember, God's will is perfect. He knows what's best. So if He tells us, wait, we have to be able to take that. We have to be willing to understand that God is doing that for a reason. So in light of everything that's happening, if you've got a lot going on and you want to look up and say, "God, what the heck, man? What's going on? Why are you allowing this?" That's okay. I can't guarantee you what God's answer will be. In times past, I've asked those questions. Sometimes He's told me, sometimes He's showed me, sometimes He's looked at me and said, "Wait." That's the hardest thing for me. Sometimes I lose my patience, and I don't want to wait. And when I lose my patience, I jump ahead of God, which is not a good thing. So whatever His answer is, be willing to accept it. Just know that it's fine. to ask God those questions. You're not questioning God's will. You're just wanting to know why. And that's okay. All right, thanks guys for tuning in, and I look forward to next time.